and then I'll answer your questions and you can come over here, okay? Jack is called a Myers parrot, and Jack is also a rescue. I actually, like Nubs and Freckles, I was part of Jack's rescue, and I actually, are you making fun of me? That's not funny. That's not funny. Jack is a ventriloquist. Jack likes to make fun of me when I'm giving serious speeches. Yeah, you're hilarious. You're funny. See? So he will probably do this the whole entire time I'm talking because he thinks this is a funny thing to do. Jack was actually living in a home with 6 other parrots, different types of parrots. The home was abandoned. This is a serious story. It's a serious story of survival. Jack was living in a home that was abandoned. They were selling all the birds in that home as part of an estate sale, which was not funny at the time. Yes. So they had collected all kinds of things. There was a car collection, there was a coin collection, all kinds of antiques, and there was a bird collection. In the 3rd story of the house, with no air conditioning, with the rooms all shut in the middle of the summer, with no fresh food and water. So we had someone contact our organization that they were aware of this. It was fairly close by, so I drove out to investigate, found that this was not going to be a good situation, and it took me about a month to get every bird out of the house. And this one never left my house. Did he now? No. So Jack is a really special bird to me. He is not what he would appear. When I brought Jack home, he was clearly very, very scared. Jack definitely was abused. So he has a fear not of people, but of brooms, fly swatters, specialists, anything that you can imagine that has a handle on it can make him shake and shake and shake for hours. It's very, very scary. He's even scared of ladders and things, anything. And he was very, very scared of water. We think that may have been a result of him being squirted as a punishment, which you should never use on an animal. Again, it's about positive reinforcement, not punishment. So we have spent a long, long time working him very slowly through his fears. So starting all the way on the other side of the house, someone else turns on the faucet, and I give him treats and affection and love. And the more he relaxes, we step a little closer. And the more he relaxes, we step a little closer. And the more he relaxes, the more he's rewarded for the fact that we're stepping a little closer. And so that's what we've done over the period of the past year. And he's still working through it. You know, sometimes if something bad happens to you, you don't get over it overnight, do you? It can take a while. And to me, he's on his own schedule. You know, we're going to work with him for as long as he needs. But I think he's a great role model for coming out and meeting people because he is so friendly. So he is one of the guys that you will be able to pet. We just ask that you respect his feelings, and if he seems like he's trying to move away, or if he starts to shake or not want to be touched, then you just respect his feelings. But most of the time he doesn't want to be petted at all. And you probably hold it himself too. Okay? But when you come up, do that with either me or Sharon, so that we can make sure that he's feeling comfortable while he's doing that. Is that everybody? I think that's everybody. So again, this is Jack's station. He likes this spot. And he knows that once he's there, that's a good safe place to be until someone comes around and says hello to him. Do you guys have questions for me about the birds themselves or about animal training or anything you'd like to ask? I know you guys are really interested in animals. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I have so many pets. So I'm a big sucker for rescued animals. So I have 3 dogs. 2 of my dogs are therapy dogs, but they're all little. I have 2 little Chihuahuas and a Boston Terrier. My Boston Terrier is terminally ill, but he's also a therapy dog. So he has a job, but right now he's taking a little break from that because he is pretty sick. I have my 2 Chihuahuas. One of them is a therapy dog, My other one is a dog that's a puppy mill rescue. So he does not go out because he's pretty nervous around people, but he just stays with me. We have a rescue bunny that we rescued from a petting zoo that wasn't treating the bunny well. The bunny is best friends with the Boston Terrier, so the two of them are like this all the time. They're so cute.
You guys have to go on her. If any of you have Facebook, like I told you, I don't know if a lot of them have Facebook.
But getting more stuff. We're also on YouTube.
You're on
That might be a
YouTube.
better spot.
You have great videos.
Nubs,
Yes.
and you can see all kinds of videos. And
You
stuff
can
like
see
that.
videos of the bunny and the dog together.
Yes.
So
Yeah, they love each other. We just rescued a pig this winter. I love pigs too. Unfortunately, the shelters, that's a big, if you guys are looking for things next year for fundraising, help the pigs, man.
Really?
Because everybody's buying pigs like crazy because you buy them and they're this big. And then they go to this big. And they can be very aggressive. They're very, they're very intelligent. So you have to train them all the time, much harder than a dog. They're great. I mean, my pig is great. You would see them, you would want them. But we train them every single day for hours and hours and hours a day. You can never quit. So, unfortunately, the shelters are loaded with pigs now.
okay.
That
What
people are
shelters would have pigs? Do you know?
Oh, I know Red Door Animal Shelter recently took in some pigs, but they
Okay.
were trying to get it off to a pig rescue.
Okay, so there are pig rescues.
There are pig rescues, and
Okay.
mostly I think they're in Iowa and Indiana. I can get you some names of some.
Yeah,
but,
that'd be great.
that's a real hard one because people don't really understand how to take care of them, and they're not like a dog. Because again, eyes over here, they're what?
Right.
Prey. So if you come down like this and you want to pick them up, or you want to put a leash on them, you want to walk them on the cat, it's the scariest thing in the world to a pig. So they're not like a dog. Coming down and petting them like you would a dog, that's really scary to a pig. So it's a totally different way to train an animal. It's more like having a bunny. So it's different. But let's see what else. Is that
And
all
your
the
dog
ones?
and your pig fight over the heating vent, right?
The dog and the pig both like the same heating vent, despite the fact that we have like 16 other heating vents in the house. That's the spot they have that. So.
That is like
Yeah,
my
we have
favorite
to make sure we can
part.
show you that. And then I have Nubs and Friends, my two handicapped parakeets.
Actually, my grandfather has a two pigs, but he's been carrying them like 10 now 15 years.
Yeah,
So,
that's awesome.
Every year he has like different pigs.
Yeah.
And especially this year, since the ones that he has right now are like a lot, because they fight each other a lot.
Yeah, they're not an easy pet, and unfortunately, they're very popular. Parasol gets big, we all like big, right? So, even though my group doesn't directly do rescues, obviously, we've gotten pulled into some rescues, and now what we do instead, when we hear of rescues going on, we try to network with larger organizations. So we've been working very hard on a particular project involving a large-scale rescue, actually in the South. But what we're doing on that instead is we're trying to leverage our skills of networking with people to a larger organization where they can handle that rescue. So we do a lot of behind the scenes stuff too that you don't see on our page that because we don't want to be known as a shelter or rescue, I already get at least 3 to 4 people a week asking me to take their pets. And then I get other people wanting to help me find them pets. Not as many looking for pets as trying to give up pets, unfortunately. And so we have a pretty good network at Nubs where we will then network and say, well, I can't help you, but you may want to try this shelter. Or you're looking for this kind of bird, why don't you try that shelter? And we try to hook people up at least if we can and help out with that kind of thing so that we can stay focused on our mission, which is taking animals that need a second chance, rehabilitating them, training them, and then giving them a job. Because there's probably nothing better for a bird like Jack, for example, than to have something else to think about besides what happened to him before. I want him to think about cool stuff in the future and meeting people and, stuff that he enjoys. We also never bring out animals. You can see all these animals are relaxed and happy to be here. They're not flying around. They're not trying to escape. They're not, right? That's because they want to be here. So part of it is the training. Part of it is the bird's natural personality or the animal's natural personality. I have 2 therapy dogs out of my 3 dogs. The reason that dog number 3 isn't a therapy dog, he doesn't want to do it. So I don't make him do it, right? I would never bring my bunny here because my bunny would be scared. So just something to think about as you go on and are raising money for these places. And if you end up having careers someday
related to animals yourself, just always try to put yourself in the shoes of those animals and think about how they're feeling, and because that's what I think we try to do pretty successfully, and not force them into situations where they wouldn't want to be.